Hello there and welcome to my first ever attempt at recording a video. Now, first things first, my name is Artyom and I'm a solution architect for a company called Taldor. This video is about the new and extremely exciting feature introduced in TMOS version 12.1 called the iRules LX. Now, if you're not familiar with F5 networks at all, I definitely recommend you go and check out their amazing portfolio of products. And iRules is essentially a scripting engine built into every one of their products. Now, iRules LX, the next generation of iRules, if you will, is a fully featured Node.js engine on the box, including the NPM, which is a package manager. So essentially, in addition to using TCL or TCL, which is what the traditional iRules use, I can now use JavaScript to program the box, and the real added value is in the fact that I can install external packages for almost any purpose or task you can imagine. So there's an SQL package, LDAP package, a Radius package, a package for web services or RESTful APIs and whatnot. I believe there are around 300,000 packages out there. So this video is just to demonstrate the capability and what's available right now and what can you do with it, and hopefully in the future I'm gonna be able to do more of these and maybe do a tutorial, a hands-on demonstration of how to actually set up all of this. But for now, I just want to show what iRules LX are and how exciting they are. The use case here is that I had a client come up to me and ask for a solution to a problem they had. Now, they have a firewall that is being used to access the network from the outside by external contractors and partners and even employees. This firewall supports nothing but Radius authentication. And the customer really wanted to implement some sort of a two-factor authentication, a one-time password. And they were actually really excited to use something that we all use on our smartphones, like the Google Authenticator application, which is free and you can download it and you can just use it for those one-time passwords that change every 30 or 60 seconds or so. Now, there are plenty of products out there that just support Google Authenticator for their SSL VPN solutions, but this specific customer had a firewall that didn't. All that firewall was using is actually Radius. What we ended up doing is actually setting up an F5 box with an LTM module using the new iRules language extension, and actually cheat the firewall into thinking that the firewall is actually talking to a regular standard Radius server. But essentially the traffic would be sent into an F5 box hitting a virtual server set up for the Radius port. And this server is nothing special, it's just a UDP server listening to the Radius port. It doesn't even have a pool referenced on anything, but it does use the iRules LX, again the Node.js extension, to do everything that the customer wanted. Let me just do a quick demo of that. This is actually a log message saying that the extension for Radius that I've configured is up and running. Let me just reopen that. So I'm actually using an external F5 box using the APM module configured for Radius authentication to simulate that client's firewall. So this APM box that I'm now accessing knows nothing about what goes on behind the scenes, and it's only talking to what it thinks is a regular standard Radius server. So this is nothing but Radius authentication as far as this box is concerned. If I go and put in a username here, go to the authentication application, put the one-time password here, I'm able to log in, and now I see that application, which is just like a test page in this case. But what actually happened behind the scenes is that the iRules LX, the Node.js engine, was activated, the radius method was invoked, and the traditional TCL iRule actually passed the entire UDP payload to the Node.js engine. This is the actual radius packet. The radius engine then went on and parsed that packet, extracting the information that I needed, the type of the packet, the username, and the one-time password token. The LDAP package of the Node.js now goes to the Active Directory and fetches an attribute for that same user, which is this, and it's essentially a Google Authenticator secret. Now the two-factor authentication package now goes and does the verification between what the user supplied and what's supposed to be the right token based on this secret. In this case, the two match, so a valid radius packet is sent back to the firewall, accepting the user in. Now obviously, if I do the same thing, but I'm gonna just hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, sorry, here, then the entire process is gonna repeat itself, but this time the token is not going to match the result of the two-factor authentication package, and the user is going to be rejected. So I get the access denied page over here. So essentially what this is Google Authenticator one-time password over Radius protocol. And if I go and actually show you the workspace for that, and with iRules LX you do everything, you manage and configure everything using these workspaces, which is extremely cool because you can export and import them. So this is the traditional iRule, and all it does is it actually just takes the UDP payload and passes it on to the Node.js module. And this is the JavaScript code for the actual configuration of what we just saw. I installed all the available external packages to do the radius parsing, the LDAP query, and the two-factor authentication. So again, the real added value here is that you can install external packages for every task or purpose. They are open source, they are publicly available, and this essentially makes the box have no limitations. You're only limited by your imagination. So this is it for now. I hope I will be able to make more of these in the future. Maybe a tutorial or a hands-on demo on how to actually set everything up with iRules LX. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.